From Marvel newbie Mabel Cadena to Hollywood superstar Tom Cruise, here are the top 5 celebrities who can hold their breath underwater for insane amounts of time. Starting with Black Panther's 2 Namora. Who said cats don't like water? Mabel Cadena gave Screen Rant all the deets in an exclusive interview about how she almost beat the record of a Hollywood OG. That's right, Mabel Cadena can hold her breath underwater almost as long as someone who was literally Rose in the Titanic movie. Maybe if they were both there, Jack would have managed to make it off the boat and onto safety. And considering the movie question, Cadena's trained for life protective stuff, so maybe she'd have picked a bigger piece of wood. For Black Panther Wakanda Forever, Cadena had to do super strict underwater immersion training. The movie showed an underwater society of people, and which naturally meant they would be filming a ton of underwater scenes. There were a lot of people in the cast who were involved and needed to make as few air bubbles as possible. The actors didn't get stunt doubles though, and there was minimal editing, which makes it even cooler when you rewatch the movie. It's also super cool hearing her talk about the training, for which they hired professionals to help out the cast. Apparently, she witnessed a huge difference on literally the very first day of training, from 30 seconds underwater to, her final super impressive record. Cadena literally went from a normal person to a god-tier swimmer. She talked about how her competitive nature motivated her to try and beat Winslet's record, and she got so close. Would have been able to if she had more time. It's really awesome how close she got, especially because Winslet just set that record, but ultimately, she wasn't able to. Hey, that's okay though, because hello, it's Kate Winslet we're talking about here. The megastar can't stop gushing about how she held her breath underwater for 7 minutes and 14 seconds, which is not just kinda nuts, it is literally insane. It's inhuman and crazy impressive. And also, it finally explains how she survived the Titanic. If anyone's confused and out of the loop, this wasn't back when she was filming her other sea diving movie. This record was on the set of Avatar: The Way of Water, and she definitely has a way with the water all right, and it's way too much for me. The director, James Cameron, wanted to make the movie as realistic as possible, which meant a lot of the underwater scenes were filmed fully without oxygen. Is he overly serious or what? Sheesh. Nah, I'm kidding. It's all cool, James Cameron, because it made for a fantastic movie. She was filmed by her husband, who she snuck onto set, which is so cool because damn, she commemorated the moment she hit the record. Apparently, she lifts her head out of the water and immediately asks, "Am I dead? Did I die?" My reaction exactly, TBH. Kate also followed that up super quick, asking what her time was, which is hilarious. Like, wow, girl, you definitely have your priorities in order. Am I alive? Cool. Did I win? Well, she definitely won. She broke Tom Cruise's record and is still the holder today. In an interview with THR, Winslet was asked how she felt about that fact. She was like, amazing, yeah, I'm definitely better. Better than Tom Cruise? Yeah, I'd brag too if that were me. That being said, Cruise's record was impressive as well. He held his breath for 6 whole minutes on set for Mission Impossible: Rogue Nation. For a long time, that was the big record for celebrities holding their breath. It's pretty crazy because a lot of celebrities don't even do their own stunts. This was back in 2015 when the movie came out, and he was on the Graham Norton show telling the world all about it. The director couldn't stop talking about his crazy work ethic and how he was almost scary to watch. He said Tom Cruise would go so in depth into a scene, and he'd need to make him pause because it was that intense. It was super impressive too, because 6 minutes is nothing to scoff at. For comparison, Navy SEALs are trained to hold their breath too, except it's for, wait for it, 2 to 3 minutes only. Tom Cruise is literally stronger and braver than any U.S. Marine. Let that sink in. Get it? Sink? Tom Cruise was basically created for this record. It's almost a shame that Winslet broke it, but she was Rose in Titanic, so she wins. Though her record was longer, his was arguably more impressive. He was working through the incredibly difficult scene and stunts throughout that 6.5 minutes, and he was holding his breath that whole time. It's literally so wild. Tom Cruise deserves all the respect he gets, that's for sure. And so does Zoe Saldana for her records at the box office and in swimming pools. Also from the same movie as Kate Winslet, Saldana held her breath for almost a full 5 minutes. In case you can't figure it out through comparison, for a normal person, 5 minutes is crazy. Most people can't even do 30 seconds. She was super proud of herself, as she should be. The requirements to get cast in this movie were 1. Know how to swim, and 2. Being able to hold your breath underwater. A lot of people were in training to deal with that, including Zoe herself. Makes sense when you take a look at the film title, Avatar: Way of the Water. The movie moved half the planet to tears, and that's including lead actress Zoe Saldana. She mentioned in an interview before the film dropped that she watched a 20-minute clip of it and ended up crying her eyes out. Big relate. Honestly, who didn't cry? With her MCU role finished and her Avatar franchise having a beautiful end, Saldana seems to have it going on right now. And here's another Marvel actor who's just chilling at the bottom of a pool. Chris Hemsworth, everyone's favorite Chris, and also my favorite Hemsworth. Who's Liam again? Yeah, if he can't hold his breath and sit cross-legged at the bottom of his pool while his kids swim around, I don't want him. Chris Hemsworth also joined the club when he posted a clip of himself, and his kids were in and out of the frame in the background. The most adorable dad and family ever. He wasn't really record-breaking. It was a short clip, and he didn't share his record for how long he can go. But it's still kind of super impressive because he's got a total of 200 minutes so far. The actor, who's taking a break for now, is doing a challenge for his CenterFit program's Moves That Matter. It's almost as cool as he looked in the video, which was ice cold. He had a meditative pose going on, and it was even cooler with the number of buff dudes commenting their respect. According to the fans in the comments, the amount of time he held his breath was approximately a minute or a half, enough for him to set the camera and stuff up and then shoo his kids away while he shoots. Being a DILF is tough work, even harder when you're holding your breath. But hey, the things you do for the love of billions of people, including The Rock, who basically said, "Nice abs," in the comment. I'd stop breathing too. So that's everything we have on celebrities who can hold their breath underwater for crazy amounts of time.